Studio 46. This is CBS 2 News This Morning.
A bloody night on Staten Island. A late-night double shooting leaves one man dead. What we know so far about the investigation. Plus, a bank guard is expected to recover after getting stabbed by an angry customer on the Upper East Side. The latest on the search for the suspect. And we'll also take a look outside. Could we see the start of a new heat wave or expect cooler weather? Good morning. It is 10:30 on this Saturday, July 16th. I'm Cindy Hsu. Much more on our top stories in a moment. First, let's check your weather. John Elliott live in East Harlem with your first alert forecast. You made my morning, John.
I know. I knew you would love to meet Sophie. And Cindy, not for nothing, we are entering the dog days of summer. Sophie is 13 years old. She's in great shape. She's a rescue dog thanks to Judy. Judy, thank you for stopping by. You've shopped here for 10 years. Why do you like to support the Urban Garden Center?
I live close by, and the people are really great. They're helpful. They have nice quality things, and it's important to support the local businesses.
It is. Well, as soon as she walked in, she was like a rock star. Everybody knows Sophie, too. Thank you for stopping by.
My pleasure.
Real quickly, I want to make sure Sophie and Judy are okay because, boy, parts of Brooklyn, parts of Queens, it's heavy rain right now. That's going to be the order of the day today. We'll show you some of these storms coming up in a bit. Very muggy. You feel it. 78. Dew points are on the rise. So we're dealing with more available moisture. Look at this. I mean, it's pouring there. See how slow it's moving? I mean, I know this messes you up as far as getting around. And all these green lines, that's where we're seeing some ponding on area roadways. So these slow-moving storms, an issue today. We'll talk about changes first part of next week and those dog days of summer and the impact on employees of local businesses. Right now, though, right back to Cindy in the studio.
John, thank you. Police are investigating a shooting on Staten Island that left one man dead, another hurt. It happened overnight in the Park Hill section. CBS 2's Christina Fan joins us live to the scene with the latest. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Cindy. Police responded to this area around 10:20 last night after receiving reports about shots fired. They arrived in front of 55 Bowen and found two men suffering from gunshot wounds. You can see this area is still taped off at this time. It appears there was a small gathering going on at the time. In this video, we can see a crowd of officers with their flashlights inspecting a fenced-off area near the sidewalk as concerned neighbors looked on. We've learned a 44-year-old man was hit in his left armpit, taken to Staten Island University Hospital, where he later died. Another 28-year-old was hit in the right leg. He was taken to Richmond University Medical Center and is now in stable condition. Overnight, police also had their chopper in the air as they searched for the shooters. That search continues this morning. Now, we are still waiting to hear more about a possible suspect description, but we do know police are searching for at least two people who took off. Reporting live from the Park Hill section of Staten Island, Christina Fan, CBS 2 News.
Christina, thank you. New this morning, police have released new video of the black SUV they're looking for in connection to a double shooting in Queens. Police say shots were fired from this black Acura MDX, hitting a 44-year-old man in the arm and a 28-year-old woman in the chest. It happened just before 7 o'clock last night on Mott Avenue in Far Rockaway. Police say the woman was with two small children at the time, including a 2-year-old in a stroller. They were not hurt. Both victims are now recovering in the hospital. Sources tell CBS 2 it appears they were targeted. In Manhattan, police are searching for a disgruntled customer who stabbed a security guard Friday morning at a Chase Bank on the Upper East Side. The attack happened around 9 a.m., shortly after the Chase Bank branch on 86th and 2nd Avenue opened its doors for business. According to police, the suspect became angry after he was approached. He approached a teller who was unable to help him. He was asked to leave, and on his way out, police say he pulled out a knife and stabbed the security guard in the neck.
We can all see ourselves in that person's, in the victim's shoes. Knifings are pretty pervasive, pretty constant incidents. I'm really starting to think about quality of life issues here.
Police say the victim is in stable condition and expected to survive. Sources tell us the suspect is a 6-foot-tall man with long, dark, curly hair. Now to the monkeypox outbreak. The CDC says there are more than 1,400 confirmed cases in the U.S. On Friday, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services ordered additional vaccines and announced they'll increase testing capacity to respond to the outbreak. The number of cases is expected to rise in the coming weeks, and there are two reasons for that. First, states can now immediately report cases, and second, it takes about 3 weeks for symptoms to show after exposure.
With curly hair.
In the 5 boroughs, the city's health department says all available monkeypox vaccine appointments have been filled. 9,200 appointments for a first dose vaccine opened at 6 p.m. Thursday night and were fully booked in just 7 minutes. The city says additional doses from the federal government are expected next week. At least 461 cases of monkeypox have been reported in New York City. The Buffalo supermarket, where 10 black people were killed in a mass shooting, reopened on Friday. A fence that surrounded the parking lot of Tops grocery store for 2 months came down around 6 in the morning, allowing customers to go in. The completely renovated store now includes a memorial waterfall honoring the 10 victims. There were mixed emotions about the store's reopening.
Our community is still grieving. We need time to respond, to think about what's next for our community. Maybe it's a store that stays here, maybe it's a memorial park, but give our community time to discuss that.
It's a tragedy. It's time to move on.
Hundreds of people have signed a petition demanding the supermarket be torn down and a memorial park be built in its place. A new national hotline for mental health emergencies opens today. Anyone dealing with mental health issues who needs help can now simply call or text 988. The 3-digit number replaces the current 10-digit suicide prevention hotline. Experts believe the easy-to-remember number will help more people get quick access to the support they need. As we head into the weekend, beachgoers are encouraged to be vigilant in the water after recent shark attacks. At least 5 people have been bitten on Long Island in just the last 2 weeks. Thursday alone, there were 6 shark sightings at Tobay Beach in Nassau County. People are urged to only swim when there's a lifeguard on duty. Beach crews are now using sophisticated drones and patrolling on wave runners to look out for sharks. An infamous drug lord and one of the FBI's 10 most wanted people is now in custody. Mexico's Navy says Rafael Caro Quintero has been captured. He's wanted for the murder of American DEA agent Enrique Camarena back in 1985. Camarena's death was dramatized in the popular Netflix show Narcos. President Biden is wrapping up his trip to the Middle East today. This morning he met with Arab leaders from Iraq, Egypt, and the United Arab Emirates. The president visited Saudi Arabia yesterday, where he greeted Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman with a controversial fist bump. Mr. Biden once denounced the Crown Prince over the killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, but the president says Mohammed bin Salman denied any involvement.
He basically said that he was not personally responsible for it. I indicated I thought he was. I said very straightforwardly, for an American president to be silent on an issue of human rights, is this inconsistent with who we are and who I am?
The president will be returning to Washington later today, where his plan to move the U.S. towards clean energy took a major blow. Senator Joe Manchin says he won't support the bill. Any Democratic opposition blocks the bill in the evenly divided Senate. Coming up, an attempted dog napping in Lower Manhattan. The breed experts say crooks are targeting. Plus, a new no smoking law goes into effect in New York, where you can no longer light up. And John will be back with another check on the forecast. You're watching CBS 2 News, Saturday morning.